Today we're going deep into empaths, how escaping narcissistic abuse awakens the divine feminine in you. How escaping narcissistic abuse awakens the divine feminine in you. Kimmy, I owe you a response. I'm gonna text you back. Yes. Thanks for your patience. This is what we're talking about today. How awakening from narcissistic abuse brings you to the divine feminine in you. This is about the awakening of the divine feminine after narcissistic abuse. And remember, I'm talking about the feminine as an archetype. So if you want to learn about how you awaken this power within you, how narcissistic abuse awakens the divine feminine in your nervous system, the spirit of Sekhmet, Mother Mary, the Ankh, then you are in the right place. Come on in. This is what we're talking about. And this is what happens to you. You get a new name, like this song from John 9 says. Today we're talking about how waking up from narcissistic abuse awakens the divine feminine in you and gives you a new name. This is John 9, new name. Rastafari, welcome in. Welcome in. If you're ready to learn how you get a new name after awakening from narcissistic abuse, you are in the right place. Come on in. Enki's on your mind. I hear that. Welcome in. This is about the spirit of Mother Gaia, the spirit of Mother Mary, the spirit of Sekhmet, the spirit of Avalokiteshvara. Come on in, the spirit of Kuan Yin. How the spirit of the divine feminine is awakened in you when you wake up from narcissistic abuse. Yeah, come on in. This is all about the divine feminine. Come on in. Yes, that's what this is about. Come on in. Today we're talking about how awakening from narcissistic abuse awakens you to your new name. So let me begin. There's something that almost no one tells you about, particularly when it comes to escaping narcissistic abuse. You may believe that you are trying to stop the manipulation, the gaslighting, the confusion, Dawn Marie, the emotional starvation, and the endless feeling that you must explain your humanity to someone committed to misunderstanding you. But at the deepest level, you are not escaping a person or a family. You are escaping an entire empire of consciousness. To leave narcissistic abuse is to leave a psychic civilization organized around domination, a civilization in which power means control, where love means possession. Who am I talking to? Where sensitivity means weakness, where rest means laziness. The body is treated as a machine. The earth is treated as an object. Children are treated as extensions of adults. Women are treated as resources. Men are taught that tenderness makes them vulnerable. Come on, who am I talking to? Non-binary people are unaccepted. And human beings are valued primarily for what can be extracted from them. Narcissistic abuse is the private, interpersonal version of this empire. It is domination brought into the bedroom. It is colonization brought into the nervous system. It is extraction brought into the family. It is propaganda brought into the conversation. It is surveillance brought into intimacy. That is why escaping narcissistic abuse is not simply a breakup. Am I talking to you? This is not for everyone. This is for who it's for. You see, narcissistic abuse is a revolution. To escape narcissistic abuse is the collapse of an internal empire. And what begins to rise after the empire falls is what many spiritual traditions have called the divine feminine. The divine feminine. And what begins to rise after the empire falls, the empire of narcissistic abuse in your family, is the rise of the divine feminine archetype, not woman as opposed to man. I'm not talking feminism, not femininity as fashion, submission, passivity, or biological destiny, not a social media aesthetic of flowers, softness, and flowing governments. No. What we are talking about is the divine feminine is the primordial intelligence that receives and protects life, that gestates life, that restores life, that grieves what has been lost and destroys whatever threatens the sacred. And this divine feminine is Mary. This divine feminine is Mariam. This divine feminine, help me, divine feminines, is Mother Isis. I call on you, divine feminines. This divine feminine is Sekhmet. I call on you. This divine feminine is Hathor. This divine feminine is Ma'at. This divine feminine is Tara in the Buddhist tradition. This divine feminine is Kuan Yin. This divine feminine is Sophia. This divine feminine is Shekinah. This divine feminine is Shakti. Shakti. This divine feminine is Kali. And this divine feminine is Mother Gaia. And she's also the intelligence within every human nervous system that knows that you were not created merely to survive. You were created to become whole. So let me tell you, what exactly is the divine feminine? But before I go on, let me know if I'm talking to you. I want to know I'm talking to you before I go on. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Queen Latifah, help me with this. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Where are my divine feminines? If you're a divine feminine, type in the comments, divine feminine. Type divine feminine in the comments so I know that you are NITY with I and I. Type divine feminine if I'm talking to you. Type divine feminine in the comments. Dawn Marie, the biggest mindset shift, Black Oak Theo, Divine Moon, Claire Mitchell, Julian Kuhn. Come on, Greta Clark, Galactic Soul, Tomorrow Sense. Let me know where you are, divine feminine, life of an empath. Let me know, Thorn Tower, where my divine masculines who are also divine feminines. Let me know I'm talking to you before I go on. Woo! Come on, Queen Latifah. Happy birthday, Leon. Happy birthday. 3553 looks good on you. You heard? Long Beach, California. Where are my divine feminists? Where are you, Red Maps? Where are you, Thorn Tower? Where are my divine feminists? Come on. So let me keep going. Let me tell you, what I'm talking about is the divine feminine is an archetypal mode of consciousness, a pattern of relationship to life. The masculine principle differentiates, it penetrates, it directs, it structures, it protects. But the divine principle, the feminine principle receives. The feminine principle senses. The feminine principle connects. The feminine principle gestates. The feminine principle integrates and attracts, and it regenerates. Let me be clear. Neither is superior, and neither belongs exclusively to one sex. And neither is healthy without the other. Who am I talking to? Masculine consciousness without the feminine becomes conquest without conscience. It becomes productivity without presence, discipline without mercy, law without wisdom, boundaries without love, technology without reverence, religion without the mystical experience. The feminine without the healthy masculine can also become ungrounded receptivity, porousness, emotional flooding, self-abandonment, and an inability to protect what one loves. Therefore, spiritual maturity is not the victory of the feminine over the masculine. It's the sacred marriage where after narcissistic abuse, you realize that the masculine creates the vessel, the feminine fills it with life. And this is also for non-binary people. The masculine says, here is the boundary, and the feminine in you says, here is what the boundary protects. Come on, who am I talking to? The feminine says, here is what the boundary protects. The masculine says, no further. And the feminine says, because life is sacred. This is why Sekhmet and Mary belong to the same continuum. Mary gives birth. Sekhmet bears her teeth. Both are protecting life. One protects life through surrender to sacred gestation. The other protects life through uncompromising force. The divine feminine is not merely softness. The divine feminine is the full intelligence of life preserving itself. Now, let me tell you about the nervous system under narcissistic abuse. But before I go on, let me know if I'm talking to you. Who am I talking to? And if I'm talking to you, type divine feminine in the comment section. I want to know I'm talking to you. If I'm talking to you, type transform in the comment section. Let me know I am talking to you. I want to know I'm talking to you. So let me know I'm talking to you. You see, this is what it's about. This is about waking up to the divine feminine within you and having the marriage between the divine feminine Kimmy and the divine masculine in you. You see? So to understand why narcissistic abuse brings the survivor toward the divine feminine, we must understand what narcissistic abuse does to the nervous system. So first of all, the autonomic nervous system regulates the heart. It regulates breathing, digestion, arousal, mobilization. And when you are under constant relational threat, the organism you become predisposed to hypervigilance, to sympathetic activation, to shutdown, to dissociation. So in narcissistic abuse, you realize that your body is never primed to settle. You're always under threat. You do not know which version of yourself will of the narcissist you're dealing with will enter the room. And you rehearse your testimony. This is not love, you see? And this is where the divine principle begins to return, because the divine principle begins to return to you as a sensation. Before she returns as a goddess, the divine feminine must return as a signal. You see what I'm saying to you? The divine feminine will first return as a signal. A signal. And the signal comes to you like a sensation. And this sensation feels like going on a long walk with Jill Scott. This divine feminine sensation, the best way I can describe it is like hearing Jill Scott sing. Like this. When you take a long walk with Jill Scott, this is what happens when the divine feminine begins to return. When the divine feminine begins to return, she feels like a Jill Scott record when you're taking a long walk. Come on. Let's please. I really dig your company. Come on. Your smile, your peace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I can see what the king's supposed to be. Baby, come free when we go with me. Let's take a long walk around the world, around the Come on, who am I talking to? Stimulation. Verbal inspiration. Philadelphia's own Jill Scott. This is what it feels like when the divine feminine begins to return. You see, but before the divine feminine returns as a goddess, she returns as a signal. And this is where you will sense my stomach tightens when this person speaks. My chest closes when the phone rings. I feel smaller after every conversation. I am exhausted after defending myself. My body does not experience that this relationship is safe. The narcissistic abuse trains you to distrust your perception. But when the divine feminine begins to return, she begins to return by restoring your capacity to feel. And she says to you, the body is not an inconvenience. The body is an oracle, and it feels like a Jill Scott record feels on me. Come on. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Not an infallible oracle. Trauma can distort permission and perception. Fear can misinterpret neutral signals, but healing does not occur by continuing to silence the body. Healing happens by learning to listen to the body with discernment, context, and compassionate investigation. That's what Buddhism is all about. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Not every survivor will use the language divine feminine. I know that. Some will use Buddhism, some will use Christianity, some will use Islam, some ancestral spirituality, some science, some no spiritual language at all. These are all fine. Yet every sustainable healing process requires capacities that patriarchal and domination-based cultures have historically coded as feminine, such as receptivity, interoception, grief, rest, relational discernment, patience, creative incubation, mutuality, care, the ability to remain present without controlling everything. Come on, who am I talking to? The capacity to receive support without experiencing dependence as humiliation. The ability to say no without closing the heart. The ability to love without abandoning oneself. That is the initiation of the divine feminine, Isabel. And you, the survivor of narcissistic abuse, were trained to believe that healing would come from becoming harder than the abuser. But the freedom comes from becoming more undefended and becoming more unprotected. That's how you rebalance the karma. This is what my teacher recently pointed to me, Terisala. And that distinction is everything. You do not heal by losing your sensitivity. You do not heal by destroying your capacity to love. You heal by placing guardians around your sensitivity. You heal by removing from your love from places that require you to self-erase. You see what I'm saying to you? And that's how you start to come to the way, as the sister Jill Scott was just telling you. Am I talking to you? I want to know if I'm talking to you, if I'm talking to you about the way to love yourself as the divine feminine loves yourself, as the sister Jill Scott is just saying. Who am I talking to? I want to know I'm talking to you before I keep going. We are talking about the divine feminine, and I'm a masculine talking about the divine feminine, mother wisdom. You see what I'm saying? It feels like just Jill Scott sung for me. Woke up this morning, come on, woo, with a smile on my face. Who am I talking to? Woo! clean up my place. Make me some breakfast. Come on. 2 scrambled eggs. Who am I talking to, family? You do not heal by destroying your capacity to love. You don't. You do not heal by losing your sensitivity. You heal by becoming capable of secure, reciprocal, and reality-based attachment. You do not heal by becoming the narcissist. You heal by discovering that your tenderness was never the problem. Your unguarded access was the problem. Who am I talking to, Kebo? Now let me tell you about the divine feminine archetypes. The divine feminine is not one personality. The divine feminine is a mandala of several archetypes. You see? And each archetype carries a different kind of medicine from you after narcissistic abuse. For example, when we talk about Mary, Miriam, and Isis, Miss Dot, the Great Mother says, you do not have to earn the right to exist. She receives life before life has achieved anything. Who am I talking to? She does not ask the infant for credentials. She does not demand productivity from the seed. She understands the gestation. This is essential after narcissistic abuse because you, the survivor, has often been valued conditionally. You were loved when useful. You were praised when compliant. You were desired when radiant. You were punished when autonomous. But the Great Mother introduces unconditional ontological worth. Do you see what I'm talking about? I need some Lil Kim up in here. I need some attitude from this divine feminine. Let me go with some Lil Kim. First album. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know who I'm talking to. You see? I want to know who I'm talking to. This is when you become the divine feminine, you get to the point where you have no time. Lil Kim told you she's got no time for these fake people. Come on. I got to go with Lil Kim, New York City. Listen to this. Come on. I need some New York attitude up in here. Come on, Lil Kim. Spirit ones. West Coast spread. Come on. She's coming with it. Hey, mama. Woo! Lil Kim. Come on. What? Hey, mama. Woo! This is how the divine, there's different sides to the divine feminine. You understand me? Who am I talking to? Oh, yeah, you understand? Come on. Ego. I had to go with Lil Kim. It's not all soft, but let me continue. You start to wake up from knowing that you were loved only when you were useful, or praised when you were compliant, or desired when you were radiant, or punished when you were autonomous. You understand? The Great Mother introduces the unconditional worth. You don't have to qualify. Your existence exists before your performance. So, for example, in Christianity, Mary is venerated as the mother of Yeshua, and in Catholic teachings as the mother of the church. Yet Christianity does not officially regard Mary as a goddess. She's a human being uniquely participating in divine grace. Am I talking to you? That distinction matters because respectful interfaith teaching must not erase a tradition's own ideology and theology. Mary's archetypal power lies in her capacity to receive a calling larger than her conscious understanding. Because sacred surrender is not submission to abuse. Mary's yes is given to the divine, not extracted by a manipulator. You understand? In Islam, Maryam is not divine, and Allah is not divided into masculine and feminine parts. Let me declare. Nevertheless, Maryam occupies an extraordinary position. In the Quran, she's described as chosen and purified, and an entire surah bears her name, Maryam. Islamic tradition also places emphasis on Rahma, mercy. In a well-known hadith, the term for womb, Rahim, is connected linguistically and spiritually with Al-Rahman, the All-Merciful. This should not be distorted into saying that Islam teaches a goddess or female god. No, it reveals something subtler though, that mercy, relationality, and the womb occupy a sacred semantic field. Come on now. Who am I talking to? Am I dropping the science? Come on, let me know this is reaching you. If I'm connecting with you, type Divine Feminine in the comments. Let me know I'm reaching with you. Let me know I'm talking to you. Let me know I'm talking to you. That's what I want to know. I want to know that I'm talking to you, dear family. You see, this is what I want to know. This is what I really, really want to know. Because we're starting to get deeper into where this meaning of the Divine Feminine takes on a different level. In ancient Egypt, Isis embodied maternal protection and magical agency and regenerative devotion. She was depicted as the wife of Osiris, the mother of Horus, or Auset and Osar and Heru. And the image of Isis nursing Horus became a powerful symbol of protection and rebirth. Isis does not merely mourn the dismembered Osiris. She gathers the pieces. This is the work of a trauma survivor. If you know the story, you know what I'm talking about. You gather the pieces of yourself that were separated under domination. Your voice, your sexuality, your creativity, your anger, your intuition, your friendships, your financial power, your relationship with your body, your right to say no, your right to be misunderstood. Isis teaches that resurrection begins with retrieval. Then we come to the Divine Feminine archetype of Sekhmet. We're still in ancient Egypt, and as you know, I practice Kemetic yoga as taught by Master Gyesie Ra Hotep. You see, I give you the real information, what I know. Sekhmet is where many spiritual teachers become a little uncomfortable because they want the feminine to be endlessly pleasant. But a mother who cannot protect her children is not embodying complete love. A person who cannot protect their soul is not embodying complete compassion. That's why even Buddhism, it talks about wisdom and compassion. Sekhmet, known as the powerful one, was associated with war, pestilence, destructive force, but also with protection, healing, restoration. And images of her hold the Ankh, which is the sign of life. You know, the Ankh, revealing the paradox that her ferocity reveals that she is sacred anger, Sekhmet, not uncontrolled rage, not cruelty, not revenge. Sacred anger is the nervous system's recognition that the boundary has been violated. Come on. Who am I talking to? This is when you say, no, this must stop. This child must be protected. I will not put up with this anymore. This conversation is over. And you, the survivor, often fear anger because anger, the abuser weaponized anger. But Sekhmet teaches that the opposite of abusive anger is not powerlessness. The opposite of abusive anger is consecrated power. Some may call it righteous indignation, Dawn Marie. And narcissistic rage exists to dominate, whereas Sekhmet's fire exists to protect. Do you see? Sacred anger says, you will not violate life through me. This is the feminine as a lioness. I need some Desiree here. I need some deep spiritual Rastafari from the Queen Desiree. Let me go Desiree. Most High. This is Desiree Most High from the U.S. Virgin Islands. The sister Desiree, spelled Dezearie. This is Most High. If I'm talking to you, type transform. This is the sister Desiree. What? This is about always relying on the Most High within you. What? Selassie, thank you so much. Let me tell you, if I'm talking to you, type transform. Let me know I'm talking to you before I go on. And if you have a question, just invite yourself on TikTok and Instagram and comment audio or video. I'm happy to take some questions about the divine feminine. I'll take one or two before we end. Who's got a question? Invite yourself. Come on in or a comment. Call them to the moon. And YouTube, you can type your questions and I'll answer. There's more archetypes I want to go. I want to go into Nefertiti. I want to go into Ma'at. I want to go into Hathor. I want to go into Avalokiteshvara and Kuan Yin and Tara. But maybe we'll save some for Friday, right? Who's got a question? Let me know. The divine feminine is how you put boundaries out of love. How do you deal with hateful comments in front of your face? You address it directly and say, did you mean to say that to me? And if they say yes, then you let them know you are no longer available for that kind of conversation. That's the question. Diana Sofa, what do you mean, who are you? I don't understand the question. What's the question? Who are you? I am. That's the answer. I am everything and nothing. Give thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and Kebo, I remember we spoke, yeah? Give thanks. Give thanks. Can I align with an archetype to help me? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, my heart and body so affected by your frequency. Ah, you're so kind. Because I am you. How about that? You're so kind. Yay. Just understand that when you connect to the divine feminine is strength. Ease the pain, Desiree. You see, the divine feminine is strength. Jeez. You understand? The divine feminine is strength. The divine feminine is strength. It's boundaries out of love. You understand? Immortal. No. I love this one. This is called Immortal Combat by Desiree. Dezearie. Yeah. Immortal Combat. They can't win. I mean, I love who you are, and oh, you're so kind. I appreciate you, Diana. We are reflections of each other. You understand? Enjoy my escaping narcissistic abuse. And if you want to connect deeper to this, what are my thoughts on how someone can cultivate more flow, receptivity, and trust? More yoga, meditation, journaling. You understand? Oh wait, hey Diane, let's go with Diane. Let me turn this down. Greetings, Diane. Can you hear us okay, Diane?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. It's wonderful to hear your vibrations.
Long time, but of course, never far from the heart or the soul.
Never. Hi. What's on your mind? What's on your mind with regards to the divine feminine today?
Well, we're talking about the divine feminine, so I won't speak about what's on my mind. I will speak about what I am sensing, because that is the innately divinely given capacity that we all carry, no matter our sex, our gender, to sense into what we call in our field of social sculpture, the being that wants to be born. So that's what I'm sensing. The being that wants to be born in this moment. Are you feeling me?
Go deeper. Go deeper. Don't just skate on the surface. Go deeper.
So there's a slight delay in the echo, so I'm hoping you're hearing me in real time.
It's all good. It's all frequency and vibration.
So the being So the being that wants to be born as I receive your transmission today, firstly, is one of gratitude. Thank you for bringing this. I hear you speak about the divine feminine often, and I hear you reflect back to others that you speak to. I've heard you say it to me. I've heard you say it to other sisters who've called in. I feel the divine feminine rising at this time. I feel the earth calling for healing, and I'm interested in how we bring divine feminine energy into questions around what it is that needs to be healed for us all to, in my field as a social development belonging futurist and architect, we're looking at a just and equitable world. How will this be achieved without the healing? And in this world that is so overly sexualized, where the feminine form is overly sexualized to the extent that it is almost banal, to the extent that our children are disconnected from their body parts, the rupture that I see and that I feel, even as I speak to you now, my heart is beating. I can feel this so deeply. It's beating faster because I feel that in this collective rising, in this collective ascension and consciousness, it is only through embracing the divine feminine that this healing can be discharged literally on the earth, to the earth, and in communion with the earth and each other. So that is my sensing at this time. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this, Dr.
Well, yeah, as you know, the mind will be limited, so I will go with what I'm feeling, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
It is my feeling that everyone connected to this via Instagram or TikTok or YouTube is activated in their divine feminine. And each of us are connected to others. So in real time, we're actually doing everything you just said together. Because there's only now. And if you start where you are, then there's a great Buddhist teacher called Ajahn Chah, who I learned through my teacher, Tori Sala, who says, when you begin, or you start and you're still long enough, then mysterious guides show up to help you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is the being that is being born in this moment with us as a collective.
That's right.
No matter the platform we are engaging in.
This is it.
We are responding to the call for healing. Is that what you're
This
saying?
is it. And even the mere fact that we are vibrationally connected now, right? We are resonating in this frequency right now together. Wherever you are, and just type in the city you are, wherever you are, whether the city or state or country. This is exactly what is happening right now. And imagine if there are 100 other people tuning to others who are tuning to 100 others, doing the same, who are tuning to 100 others, right? Then if we keep doing it, then inevitably that ushers in a new reality. If we hold this frequency long enough,
I agree,
together. And because we are early, we are sort of a vanguards of it. Yonkers, Philly, Greensboro, Michigan, and Sanitas, right? Raleigh. Because we are vanguards of it. And imagine if there are other vanguards as well. You know, in marketing, if I can be secular for a second, when they think about kind of product, like product or service penetration, it starts with a few people who are known as the early adopters, right? Then you go to what I call the early majority. First they are the innovators first. That's like 1%. Then the early adopters. Then the early majority. Then the late majority. Then the laggards, right? So in terms of awakening, you could say the same thing, right? That maybe some are innovators who've been at it for a while, for lifetimes. Some are just triggered into awakening, right? But if we all maintain this notion that we're all beginners, then we'll become even more infinite. And if we all say we're all beginners, then we'll continue to practice and hold this meditation together. And if we hold the meditation together collectively, that means we are encouraged to do it individually in anticipation of the collective. And that's how the new earth is created, kind of brick by brick, because no one's come to save us. It is because we don't need anyone to save us.
Right, exactly.
And it's the feminine archetype that says, okay, well, even we're exchanging energy now, and this energy is impacting other people in other places to understand, why am I listening to this thing? Because what you really are listening to is the feminine in yourself. So give thanks, Dan. As always, you're always vibrationally attuned, and you know, may you always be abundant and happy. Yeah? But before you go, bless us with some wisdom. Then I want to take Nora on Instagram, but bless us with some femininity, some feminine vibrations before you tune out.
Yes, thank you. I will round up this circle by reverting to what came. I didn't come on to think, I wasn't thinking about the being that wants to be born. I sensed into the moment, and this is what came as an offering. This is what you have also given to us today, and all the comments, etc. So I feel like I'm floating in this bubble. I hear your early adopter, you know, when you describe that, it feels like a linear trajectory. And it takes me to a sensing that holds tight to this idea, this concept, this possibility of the being that wants to be born. It takes us to many teachings which remind us that in every moment we are reborn. We can choose to be reborn. And therefore, I see and feel a circular motion as opposed to a trajectory, in that we can, in every moment, with every breath, with every step, choose to hold that posture of rebirth in divine feminine creation energy. That is what's coursing through my veins in this moment.
That's the simple part, which is not easy to get to. That's exactly it. Give thanks.
I love it. Dr. Nana.
Yes,
Dr. Nana. I look forward to sitting in circle with you one day.
So shall it be. So shall it be.
Bless up.
Blessings receive, man. One love, yes.
Amen. Amen.
Amun Ra,
Amen.
Amun Ra,
One love.
Amun Ra,
May we
Amun
all
Ra.
be.
Amun Ra. Hey Nora, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's take Nora. There we go. Nora, are you there?
Hello.
Hey Nora, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm well. It's good to hear your voice, huh?
Yes. I'm happy I caught just the last little bit of this.
I'm so glad. So tell us about your. I know what you've been doing with all these plants and spirits, but tell us where are you with this divine feminine and escaping narcissistic abuse?
Well, I missed the majority of this, so I don't know if I'm on the same page, but I've been for sure. Yeah.
Are you there?
Sorry, it's repeating what we were saying.
Oh, okay. There's some reverberation. No, so tell us about your journey into your own self-discovery of your divine feminine.
Okay, so it's just catching up with the audio, but I have definitely been on a journey of trying to figure out who I am, and
Oh, I'm losing Laura. I'm losing that, Nora. I'm losing you.
Hey, Nana, I'm sorry, but it's
you gotta come back in. Yeah. All right. So this is the whole story, you see? This is the whole story that the divine feminine archetype is already in you. And we'll go into additional details when we reconnect on Friday. But tell me, what else is coming up for you? I'm fully in my mind how what's gonna exactly. This is the whole key about the divine feminine. It's not about gender, it's about these archetypes. You see, it's all about the archetype. You see, it's all about the archetype. So understand this when you're connected to it, right? And know that you've overcome a lot. To even be here is evidence that regardless of what gender you identify as, is that you're connected to this divine union within you. That means you're integrating yourself from a world that promotes you being fragmented to one that promotes you being whole. Because it's now a game of opposites, you see? As Chancellor Saber will tell you with the Echoes of the Sacred Valley live. You see? So if you want to go deeper on this, join my Escaping Narcissistic Abuse course, which will be from August 7th until August 9th. Sign up today at innermileage.com. And remember, if you're here, you're already connected to this, you see? It's just the beginning of understanding this. And you realize that the relationships that you would begin to attract will be respectful and reciprocal. The spiritual relationships, there's private relationships, the intimate relationships, the business relationships, all of it. You see, it's all within. Once you heal from the original fallen angel, whether it was a mother or father, that's ending that generational curse tied to your role in this curse called narcissistic abuse. You see the whole game? You see the whole kit and caboodle? Am I talking to you? I'm just telling you what it is, right? So nobody can trick you. Narcissistic abuse is a curse. And a curse is simply a conditioned program that is repeated unconditionally, right? Unconditionally with conditions until one person consciously wakes up and says, what is this dukkha? What is this suffering? Why do we do this? I'm not gonna, this ends with me. That's how you end the curse. That's how the curse is broken. And when you do that, you now have a healthy union between your masculine and your feminine. And so your children have a fresh start. So thank you so much, yeah? One love to you. We'll be back here on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Give thanks, Dr. Diane. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Don Marie, Zainaid, Ano Amara. Thank you so much. Diana, Kebo. Thank you so much. Isabel, Claire, Pasha, Brittany, everybody. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. This is the whole deal. I'm going to end with a song from Amare, right? A little party song from Amare. I don't know if you know Amare. She's from Ghana. Incredible artist. Very, very organic. This is a song called Stuck Up. All right, let's go with this then. Is this the one I wanted to play? Amare. No, that's not the one I wanted. Let's see. What do I want to end with? When this beat go glamour, in Czechoslovakia, Atlanta, I want your body black, make it sexy. Alright, we'll go with this. I got some sexy ways. I like this one. So this is Amare from her album Black Star. Amare, spelled Amaarae. This is from the album Black Star. This is Amare. You understand? Thank you so much. Remember, there's no one like you. Always remember, you're deserving of all the good things once you come into union with yourself. You see what I'm saying to you? Yes, compassion. That's right. You got it. This is what it is. You understand? Amare, Amaarae, from the album Black Star. You're welcome, Julia. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much, yeah? One love, one love, one love, one love. One love. Everything you need to learn about and however I can begin to help, you can find at innermileage.com. Beginner's mind always, Nora. Always. 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 Welcome, Kimbo. This is exactly it. Always being a beginner. Always. And once as a beginner, you become more infinite. You see? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like the song. Amare from the album Black Star. This is Kiss Me Through the Phone. Okay. We'll go with that. It's more about the energy, right? From the album Black Star. Amare. So happy you're here, Courtney. Blessings to you as well, yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. See you again on Friday, yes? Thank you so much. Thank you.